Hello and welcome to the 64th episode of MystiCast. I'm your host, Mandy.
And I'm your host, David. We have some exciting things for you on this episode today.
Papa's Pumpkin Patch is open for the season. MystiCast reporter Justine Smith shows us what fun activities and events are at the patch this year.
As summer comes to an end, people are sad to see the warm weather leave. But for the people in Bismarck, fall spirit happens, and that only means one thing: pumpkins. Big, round, colorful pumpkins. Papa's Pumpkin Patch started in 1983 as a happy accident after spreading pumpkin seeds all around their field, and what looks to be a bad season flourished into hundreds of bright, beautiful pumpkins. Papa's Pumpkin Patch averages over 40,000 pumpkins a year, and it takes 5,000 hours to get everything all ready for the season. Admission for adults is $5, and any children under the age of 2 are free.
No, it's amazing. I haven't been to one of these in a really long time, and it makes me feel nostalgic. It's awesome. There's a lot of stuff I'm interested in, but I think I'm too old for it. I am interested in the corn maze, though.
I asked people what their favorite part of Papa's Pumpkin Patch was.
The pumpkins.
She got this really cute little white one.
Yeah, the little white ones are my favorite. They're very aesthetically pleasing.
Papa's Pumpkin Patch is open from September 9th until October 20th, and their hours are from 12 to 7 p.m., weather permitted.
This is the second time I've volunteered this year. I love seeing all the children and how they interact with me.
So make sure you check out all the fun attractions and get yourself a couple good pumpkins for Halloween before the season ends.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Good times today. The last day of the season is October 20th if you're interested in going before they close. Admission on Thursdays is only $1.
The world of music is large and only growing. While it's impossible to cover an entire genre in one short segment, Russell Spencer is going to give an introductory look at some J-Fusion.
Hello, and welcome to Music Spotlight. I'm your host, Russell Spencer. In this short segment, I will be introducing you to a genre or subgenre of music that isn't very well known and showcase some of my personal favorites. On today's segment, we go back to the 80s to discuss Japanese jazz fusion, or J-Fusion for short. If you're unaware, fusion is a unique blend of rock and jazz music. The first musician we will discuss is Masayoshi Takanaka. The song you're currently hearing in the background is the titular song of his album, An Insatiable High, An Insatiable High. One thing I really like about Takanaka is just how fun his songs are. Playful and energetic instruments give you a feeling of happiness, yet leave you wanting just a little more. This is characteristic of his work during the mid to late 70s and early 90s. The next musician is a definite headliner, Toshiki Tadamatsu. The song you are currently hearing is Sea Line from his album Sea is a Lady. While Masayoshi's work is more tropical islands, I'd say that Toshiki's work is more beach vacation. Each song on this album is pure majesty, fitting for summers on the beach. Our final musician is my favorite one. In fact, he's one of the few people of whom I own the entire discography of. That would be the Hori Tatsumi Project. Hori Tatsumi got me into this genre, and every album he's worked on has been an absolute blast. Each album is unique. Some have the beach seaside vibe that the other two have, but some of them also branch into the city cruising sound, something that is definitely very characteristic of the genre in general. The song you are currently listening to is Megala City Nighthawk from his album Front and Rear, which fits the city cruising sound quite well. Anyway, that's the end of this Music Spotlight. Next time, I'll be talking about the genre that defines the future that will probably never happen, dream pop. Until then, I'm Russell Spencer.
Gaming can be an expensive hobby, and virtual reality is no exception. However, if you're looking for a cheap way to have a more immersive VR experience, this week's tech hack is for you.
Hey, Cricket. You know how I've been getting real into VR games lately? Well, I get so motion sick from my favorite games like Skyrim or Doom. If only there was some way for somebody to make a sort of build vlog about Cricket. Cricket, stop resisting. Stop resisting. If only there was some way for someone to make a kind of build vlog about how to make your own VR treadmill for cheap, because the ones that are out there are just so expensive. Isn't that right, Cricket? Cricket, isn't that right, Cricket? She's no help. Joking aside, here's what you'll need to get started making your own VR treadmill. A VR headset, I personally use the Oculus Rift, a relatively large folding table depending on your waist size, a set of at least 6 rubber bungee cables, and lastly, some pants that are really big on you. I used my dad's old desert fatigues. The first thing you're going to do is lay the table down on the wrong side. This way, the 4 legs will be able to meet you at your waist. Next, flip up each leg and tie 4 of the 6 bungee cords to the legs. This is how you will keep from moving while you play VR games. The final step is to loop the bungee cords through the belt loops of your pants. That way, you will never get turned around and face the wrong direction. Optionally, you can put the remaining rubber bungee cords underneath the table to prevent it from sliding around on your carpet. Now you're ready to get going. The process of getting into the treadmill should be pretty straightforward. Make sure you can comfortably fit whatever you're wearing into the pants you're using. After that, just strap on the headset and player 1 is ready. And that's pretty much it. Once you have this set up, it's all about fine-tuning whatever works best for you. For me, I like being able to jump and take something with me. It gives me that extra feeling of velocity and momentum. So, until next time, this has been Tech Hacks. Cricket, why have you been so quiet and lazy today?
For more tech hacks and information, check out the Mystic Media blog on mysticmedia.com. There are 4 measures that will be placed on this November's general ballot, but the one that everyone is talking about is Measure 3, recreational marijuana. If the measure passes, it will legalize recreational marijuana in the state of North Dakota and expunge any past marijuana and paraphernalia charges on a person's criminal record. Whether or not the vote goes through, North Dakota is expected to have one of the highest turnouts of voters this year. Coming up next on MystiCast, Petra Davidson shows us a blind coffee taste test.
And we'll see what Emily made for us on this episode's college cooking. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
When there's nothing you'd rather be doing than being yourself. Bismarck State College. Discover the next version of you.
If you're looking for a great place to get a cup of coffee, take a look at this blind coffee taste test to suit your taste buds.
Hazelnut. Smells like coffee. Very tasty.
It burns!
I like it.
Oh.
Just fine.
It just tastes like water.
This looks a little darker.
Cheers.
It tastes almost like a bean.
I think this is the best one so far.
It barely has a smell.
This looks exactly like apple juice.
It kind of smells like dog urine.
This tastes like water.
Not bad.
If you think you like drinking coffee, probably the
1, 2, 3,
third.
4. Yeah, I'm gonna go with number 3.
Oh, 3 then. Number 3. Yep.
No way!
No way! Oh, really?
There should have been a Dunn Brothers.
Let's get a start.
Yes.
Make sure to check out all of Starbucks' fall specials and rewards. Last time we saw good ramen and a lot of hot sauce. Let's see what Emily has cooked up for us this time on College Cooking.
Hello, you guys. My name is Emily, and welcome to another episode of College Cooking, where cheap and easy is our motto. Today, we will be making an entree and a dessert that everyone will love. start off, you're going to boil some water in a pot and just eyeball them out because honestly, does it even really matter? Once that baby is boiling, go ahead and pour those fun-shaped noodles into the pot and set a timer for 7 minutes. Pro tip: each mac and cheese box comes with magic powder that makes cheese. Make sure you don't throw it away. And now you have exactly 7 minutes to do something productive like taking a fat nap.
Last spring, Bismarck State College lost someone pretty special, alumni Frank Bavendick. He was a huge supporter of BSC athletics and has athletic scholarships in his name given to student athletes here at BSC. This school year, BSC Athletic Director Buster Gillis added a film room in the Armory and named it in honor of Frank for all of the great things he has done for BSC. Sports Coordinator Levi Holzer reports.
It's been needed for a while. We really just didn't have the atmosphere for being able to watch film, which is a big part of the teaching part of athletics. There's coaching and then the teaching part, and that's really one of the things with, their kids take a varsity athletics class and for credit, and it just gave us an opportunity to really come in here and get updated with digital film or footage, video I should say, film an old word I guess, but some digital video of games and then also of some teams that we're going to play, so you can use it as a scouting type situation where you can see what the tendencies of different teams are. But this just provided us with an atmosphere that we could actually really teach that in here, which was, I think, missing from what we were doing. We weren't probably spending enough time doing that because we just didn't really have a decent spot to do it. Yeah. And then now we were able to kind of reuse some resources from the seating to the projectors to, the room itself, just kind of repurpose things. And so, and it also gives us a good recruiting tool too as well, because people come in and kids come in on recruiting visits and they can see, they have a video room or whatever. It's very, very nice. And come in here at a halftime of the game and you have a great setting for using the whiteboard and not use video at that point in time. So it'll be used a lot, and it's a very nice room, and we're real proud of it, and we're proud to name it in his honor.
For more information on BSC athletics, you can go to bscmystics.com. Bismarck State College has 3 media programs as part of the Mystic Media: The Mystician, our school newspaper; The Mix, an online radio station with music talk and much more; and MystiCast, the student-run television program. MystiCast reporter Daniel Burbank takes us on a tour with this promo.
For those who don't know how to properly wash an animal, we have a video by Mandy Joyce showing a step-by-step tutorial on washing her dog.
So, do you have a dog
that needs to be washed. But like so many Americans, you don't actually have a tub. The sink is a wonderful place for you. First, you have to get dressed into something that you're not afraid to get wet. Second, you need to find a dirty, unsuspecting victim. Today we will be using my dog as my victim. One of the first things that needs to be done is cleaning out the sink area. If people can see that you live here, you're not doing it properly. When the water is filled about halfway, you do have to get your shampoo of choice. Mine is medicated because my dog would otherwise have a lot of dandruff issues with his fur and shedding. Wonderful. Now we need to get the animal. Here we go. As you can see, this is not a dog. This is in fact a cat. His name is Titten. He is angry, perpetually, all the time. He does not like baths, so naturally we're going to try and give him one as well. Here we go. You ready? He's not ready. Wonderful. Now that you know the difference between a cat and a dog, it's important to get the dog. This is Winston. We now have our victim, aka the good boy who's going to be a better boy by getting a bath. All right. Magnificent. Now that you have the bath filled, your shampoo, your dog, and now that you have a towel, it's important to wash the dog properly. Shampoo time. Be sure to get all of the suds off of the pug. And squeeze out any extra moisture that he may be holding in his little body. And the shakes, the terrible shakes. No, 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 no. Thoroughly dry the pug boy, or girl, depending on their gender. Now have a clean pug, but not a completely dry pug. So next is the best part, the zoomies, as I like to call them. And another unsuspecting victim, who he runs right for. It's very important, after you take a bath, to attack the nearest animal and assert your dominance over them. Because now that you smell fresh, it only makes sense that you have to try and kill something. Magnificent. This is true art and poetry. I love it.
That's all for this episode of MystiCast. I'm Mandy Joyce.
And I'm David Hubda. Make sure to tune into the next episode of MystiCast for more stories. Thanks for watching.
Make sure you guys stay warm out there.